Hi everybody, Jose here from Creative Music Improvisation Programs. I was just playing Bach Prelude BWV 999, and it's with this prelude that I want to introduce you to a couple of ways you can start playing and improvising. And we're gonna pick up the few first bars of this prelude and see how we can build up improvisations. Of course, a few weeks ago I created a video on a Bach improvisation as well, and we removed a couple of chord progressions from that area in G major. So now I'm gonna cover this prelude in the same type of way, but with different improvisation tips that I can show you. So the first important thing to do is to play a couple of bars of this prelude and play them solid so that we really know what is the chord progression. So we have a C minor chord for 2 bars, and then we have a F minor chord on C, and then we have a B diminished on C, and then a C minor chord, second inversion in the right hand. So C minor twice, F minor on C twice, and then B diminished twice, and then C minor second inversion. So first of all, you have to know that you're playing this chord progression on a pedal of C, meaning that you keep the C at the bass. Now, instead of playing like this, it's a broken C minor chord, so we could decide to play an arpeggio with it. So that's something going up, going down. So it's going a little further after in the left hand. So this is the first way you can do it. The second way is that you can practice scales going up and down. I would choose the C minor natural. And then maybe when I'm gonna get to that chord, diminished chord, I'm gonna play more the C minor harmonic. So see, you can practice going up and down. So these are ideas. It's not maybe the most exciting one, but just to practice your scales and see how much you can create shaping scales and shaping melodies as you go on and as you go along. And then you can maybe create a melody of its own. sometimes I just played in my left hand, I just played 2, 3, and 1 like this, or sometimes I played 1 and 2 and 3. Maybe that's easier to follow the pulse at first. 1. So it's easier to follow the pulse than going right away. Because there's, this da da da. It's not as easy to find the pulse when you're playing these 2 8 notes. So maybe you can just play on each beat so that it's easier to follow the pulse. And then my last suggestion would be to play maybe a little samba on it. So the samba rhythm creates something like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and And you can play it here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. So that's a little suggestion if you want to change completely Bach style, but just take the four, like the four chord progression that Bach is proposing: the C minor, F minor, B diminished over C, but that's actually a 5-1 somehow. So you can pick up this chord progression and start playing, either creating arpeggios in your right hand, creating scales up and down in your right hand, creating melodies, keeping the pulse in your left hand, or creating a different style of rhythm with a samba. It could be any other groove of your choice. So this is how you can start improvising and being creative with Bach music. So I suggest that you find Bach pieces for those of you who are classically trained, and maybe those of you who are less into classical but who have studied classical maybe in your earlier years, to take just a few chord progressions from those pieces and see how you can play around with arpeggio scales, melodies, rhythms, styles, and see what you can come up with. And that could be a starting point to improvising a little more without too much theory, but as probably you noticed, I sang along also as I played. So I'm inviting you to maybe, for those of you who want to go further in your understanding of improvisation, I'm meeting people and I'm inviting you on a book calls to maybe evaluate where you are at and what would be your next goals in improvisation, so that I can help you mapping a plan, because these small tips are helping you, but there's nothing like a whole system and implementing and being immersed in the program to really shortcut your progress in improvisation, and being surrounded by a community and having also my input on your improvisations, and so that I can guide you even better. So I'm going to put the link to book a call with me today, and we're covering these type of improvisations and chord progressions and tips that I'm giving you, but we're going way deeper into them. So I'm inviting you on this call. It's a free call, and there's everything to gain for you to get more clarity in your own journey in improvisation. So enjoy this improvisation today, and just comment on it and ask me if there's anything that you would like me to cover in the coming weeks. I'd be happy to answer to those comments. Thank you very much.